that it has been scientifically proven that decluttering is good for your mental health. It stimulates the dopamine, the reward center in our brain, and it makes us feel less stressed, it makes us feel calmer, less overwhelmed, and it's all round a great way to boost your mood. However, what if it doesn't? For some of us, our brains have developed negative neural pathways around decluttering. What do I mean by that? Well, you say to yourself, I need to declutter today, but your brain says,
last time we did that, we felt terrible about ourselves. It was awful. Let's never do that again.
We really missed Mom last time we went through all that stuff, so that's gonna be a no from me.
Definitely a no for me, dog.
Where do we even start with this place? There's way too much. We're never going to get it all done. There's no point. We're not doing it. Never again. Never.
There are so many reasons why you may have developed some negative neural pathways around decluttering. I wish I was there with you, that I could give you a cuddle and we could talk about what those reasons are.
If that's a joke, I love it. If not, I cannot wait to unpack that with you.
I'm going to go through some of the really common reasons why this happens so that you can know within yourself when you see these emotions come up what's really going on and be able to separate that from decluttering. The number one reason that I come up against is negative self-talk. So that is when you start decluttering and then you start speaking about yourself negatively in your mind.
How could I be so stupid?
I should have done these projects. Why have I bought all this stuff if I'm not going to do it? Look at all these things I should have done. All of that is building up in your mind that decluttering equals a big hate session on yourself because you feel like you failed. And so when we can acknowledge that's what's going on, we can start building new neural pathways that are positive instead of negative. I would say the next most common is definitely grief. Now, grief can come in all sorts of reasons, whether it's the loss of a loved one, or, the loss of a season that's changed, or if things haven't worked out the way that we hoped they would, all of that can bring grief. And so if you can acknowledge that that is what's actually going on, that is going to be really helpful in helping you declutter down the line. The third reason that people do it is use the negative self-talk is that they're overwhelmed. And so when they're overwhelmed, they're like, I don't know where to start. I'm so bad at this. Why did I let my house get like this? And then we are starting off literally on the wrong foot in our brains. So if we can start by encouraging ourselves rather than beating ourselves down, we are much better positioned for success. The great news is even if you have created some negative neural pathways, there are ways that you can fall in love with decluttering again. And here are 5 simple tips to get you started. The first one is the whole reason I named my channel Small Changes, and that is because it's okay. I highly encourage you to start small. Pick a really small project. Pick one box, one drawer, one section of a shelf, whatever that looks like. The reason is you can complete this. It is worth doing, and it's those little steps that will build on top of each other, and I guarantee over time you will succeed and you will fall back in love with decluttering. Number 2 is to reframe your thoughts. So if you are about to start a project and you feel yourself saying, I don't know where to start, there is no point in doing this, it's all too much, that's when we can reframe those thoughts. So if that was the case, I would suggest saying to yourself, I can do this. I can start with a small area. Every little item I get rid of today is one less item I'm going to have to take care of tomorrow. All of those things help to negate that negative mindset and create a new neural pathway that is going to encourage you to keep going. Number 3 is to make it a game. Now, I know this sounds kind of childish, but the whole purpose of a game is not really about win or lose.
A race? He's a race! I hope I win.
But more just that it transfers your mental focus somewhere else. So some of my favorite ways to do it are setting a timer. So it's just you against the timer. How much can you get done in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? It doesn't matter what the time is. What matters is that you're focused on something else, and it helps you to just push through those barriers and focus on getting rid of items. Another game you can try is what I call a reverse scavenger hunt.
And I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54.
So instead of looking for particular items, what you're going to do is go into each room and try and find one thing that you can declutter from that space. Take a trash bag with you and run around the house and see if you can find any trash that needs to go. It's a great way of flipping that mental switch in your brain. And if you also have kids that struggle with decluttering, this is a great way to get them on board. Number 4 is celebrate. Yes, you did it. I don't care if it's one item or 100. If you can teach yourself how to celebrate those wins, no matter how small, your brain is going to want to keep doing it. You're going to get on that dopamine chain again and again if you celebrate your wins. Now, there's a couple of ways you can go about doing this. You can do it internally, do a happy dance.
It's not unusual to go out at any time.
You can call someone and let them know. You can send me a picture. All of my social details are down below. DM me anytime. I would love to celebrate with you. We also have a Facebook group and a Discord chat. So if you just want a group of like-minded people to cheer you on, these are the places that you can go, and we want to celebrate your wins. Another way you can do this just privately is to take a before and after shot. Take a little video of what it looked like before and a video once you're finished. I guarantee you, no matter how many times I declutter either my home or my clients' homes, I forget midway through the process what it looked like when we started. Take a photo, celebrate all of those things that you're getting rid of. It's not about what we get rid of, it's about making our spaces functional again. And if you can find a way to celebrate those things, your brain is going to want to chase that feeling again and again and again. We have a reward center in there, and if we can tap into that, I guarantee you decluttering will become one of your favorite things to do. Number 5 is mantras, and this is a great one if you find yourself getting into a pattern of negative self-talk. What we want to do is we want to replace that negative talk with some really positive mantras. Now, I love ones like less is more, simplicity is freedom, I deserve a place that makes me feel calm, but I have a whole list of amazing mantras that you can use, and whatever speaks to you is totally fine. Put these up somewhere in your home, put them in your wallet to remind you that you are worthy of a home that makes you feel calm and at peace, and you can totally do this. All of those mantras are available on my website for immediate download, absolutely for free. There's a link in the description box below. I hope that these ideas have motivated you to try and rewire your brain to make it more positive about decluttering and get rid of that negative self-talk, those negative ideas. And I know you guys are going to have some amazing tips that you can leave for me down in the comments down below to let others know what positive things you do to change your mind about decluttering.